There is a reason this game is called EverQuest. You're always questing something, camping something, trying to get something. I did epics back when, well, for instance, I did the cleric epic when we had guilds literally racing to kill a certain dragon for the final place to get the epic. I mean, it was just amazing when I got my cleric epic. And 1.0 epics were like that. There were certain camps for certain classes that were just, the monk was atrocious, for instance. In this case, I wanted to get the Splinter of Potency. I'd looked at my gear, and I had decided that this is going to save me a little bit of mana over time, and it's probably worth more than I would get from my worst type 7 augment in terms of mana, and I could give up the hit points. I mean, it's always, you're giving up some heroics, you're giving up some hit points, you're giving up perhaps spell damage or mana, whatever you're giving up. Is this worth it? I looked at the numbers. I said to myself, for me, I see it as worth it. And this is an enchanter where the enchanter is the class that probably gets the least bang from his buck for the evocation specialty augment. They get a lot of benefit from the Tome of Manipulation, which took me 2 hours to do. So I'm trying to give you a sense of how this goes without actually laying out the massive amount of missions I did. At one point, I looted 21 shields from the first mission in a row, and the shields is the more primary drop. And so finally I switched missions. These 6 missions are worth doing. They've got a great storyline. I loved it when you rescued the village at the end. I would go through them straight, and then I would go through them with the aim of getting all of your hunter achievements out. This is for Aetherner, Tainted, Western Karana 2. You know, you'll get a lot of hunter achievements for that. As you do these, just set a rote amount of time. Say, you know, I'm going to spend an hour doing this, and then I'm going to not even think about it until Wednesday next week. You know, just give yourself a set time, do it, and it's just something you do, and eventually you'll get your splinter. Some people get it fairly quickly. Some people do 90 missions, and I like to think that it was only 90 missions that I did. The final mission takes between 6 to 10 minutes to do. I even did it one time under 5 minutes because I still had the 5-minute lockout when I got out. Use your burns. Definitely, you want to do all your burns on your trash. Don't worry about the named. You will be able to kill the named at level 115. But the burns will speed up the process. So here I'm going at something like 20 times normal. But now we're going to start that final mission, the mission where I finally get the Splinter of Potency. And so we would just simply do this at twice the normal speed to keep the video at a reasonable time. So I zone in. I do what I've done so many times before. I run forward. I hail the chief, Einhort. I tell him refuge. I run over to get my mission from held form. It's always going to be the same. I'm going to kill 10 to 14 mobs. I prefer the ones where it's just a straight kill, but the other ones you have to loot. What you're trying to get is 10 items. Don't worry about getting your 10 items. Just kill all the mobs and then count. If you do it that way, you'll usually end up with a couple extra items that you don't need. But if you stop and count midway, I think you'll spend more time doing that. And then the ideal one is where you kill the roots, because you don't have to loot the items. You don't have to think about it. You just kill all the roots. And I said I use my burns. Because I'm an enchanter, I use banishment, rune of banishment. I don't mesm, but where you can boot 8 mobs at once and root them. It helps go through, and I just run through targeting. I hit, in my case, the D key. D key targets the next nearest NPC, and I just cycle through. I hit them all with one dot, my biggest dot, pulmonary grip, and that's usually going to be enough to kill them. My pet is off hold, and I find that are very helpful the swarm pets you get phantasmal opponent and stuff. They're great at sucking up aggro from these guys and let you go on to... in fact, there they are right there, my little pets. Very helpful. They let you go on and go to the next mob. And you're just running and burning. You know, this is run and gun. So as soon as I've killed them, I've done that. I go over, I hail this girl. This is one of the 4 steps you have to do on this mission. Got my 4 points, and you can hear the chanting of a Doomscale Diabolus in the distance. That's the key phrase that tells me the named is up. If I didn't get that phrase, I would just zone out and get a new mission, or if my time was up, I would stop. But here we've got the mission, so I'm going over. I am expecting to get the Warrior's Augment. It's got Sympathetic Healing. I'm sure it was a very good augment at level 100, even level 105. Now it's just 1,500 tribute points, and because it's lore, it's not like you can store up 15 of them. So you snag him. I try to only kill what I need to kill, so depending on the setup, sometimes we have a couple bodyguards next to him. I lull those so I don't have to kill any extras. In this case, we take him down. I've used all my burns, so it takes a little longer to kill him, but I'm not worried about the time on that. You know, the goal is to get a crack at a named. That's why we're getting this mission and redropping this mission. In this case, I do get a named. We kill the named, and what a relief. The pain is over. I finally get my Splinter of Potency, my plus 15 evoke. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.